Hello, hello. Thanks for stopping by. My name is Ruby. This is Ruby Red, and today I have another round of my TBR game, tic-tac-TBR. Tic-tac-TBR is a game I play here every month to sort of guide my reading. I don't like to have a strict TBR. I don't like to pre-select all my books for the month, but I do select 9 prompts at random. I put them into a tic-tac-toe board, and then throughout the month I try to read books that are going to give me a 3 in a row. There are a couple of extra rules and challenges sprinkled in, and we'll get to those as they come up. But there are no punishments, there are only rewards for all those 3 in a rows. But before we talk about what happened with my February board or set up my March board, I have a few announcements and or shout outs. Amy from Amy's Bookish Life played my TBR game in January. She's got a video about it. It's linked below, of course it is. And I wish I could have linked it in my February video, but that video was done by the time I found out about it. So I'm telling you about it now. Go check it out if you want to find out how she did. And in February, Jenny King, who has a new TBR game called TBR Snail Trail, link that below as well. She had a challenge in that game where she had to play another booktuber's TBR game, and she actually picked tic-tac-TBR. So that's very cool, and I'll link that video down below also. And finally, during March, there's going to be another round of Squash That Series, which is a readathon hosted by Bailey and Kayla. I'm going to link both of their announcement videos down below. It's just a readathon about finishing your series, and for this round, there's a little board game. We love a board game element. And this is running from March 7th to the 20th, so I'm definitely going to be participating. I'm a little bit nervous about how well I'm going to be able to do in this round because I rely so much on getting books from my library, and because it's roll as you go, and I want to play it that way, I'm not going to be able to do a lot of preparation. So like, I don't know what I'll be able to get from my library, and I'm not reading very many series. But I am going to do my first roll so that I know at least what I'm going to start with, and I can hopefully get that from my library in time for this readathon to start. So let's go ahead and do my first roll. Okay, first roll, I have my board and my little dice, and this is going to be my little guy. Stay. Well, you know, that's my little guy. Let's roll. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Continue from a previous round. Oh, heck. Okay, hold on. Okay, continue from a previous round. So I didn't participate in the first round. Sorry, guys. In the second round, I read The Dragon Republic, which is part of the Poppy War trilogy, and I read Murder on the Orient Express, which is a Hercule Poirot mystery. So I think for this, I don't know what the next book is in the series of Hercule Poirot mysteries, but I'm gonna start with the next one in that series, because I think if I start off with The Burning God, which is next in that Poppy War trilogy, I just feel like that's not a strong start. Like it's gonna take me a long time to read that book. So I want to start off a little bit strong with something that I can finish. So Agatha Christie's going on my March TBR, and now let's talk about February. So my February board looked like this. The prompts are Never Seen on BookTube, a translated book, published in the 2000s, 300 to 400 pages, Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, a Southern European author, a blue cover, a book new to my TBR, or an Eyre element. Not or, and. And then I had 2 rewards. One was that I can use a book from my January reads, and another one is a freebie. Here's what happened. I read a book that I've never seen anyone talk about on BookTube, and that is Slow Days, Fast Company by Eve Babbitt. I read that book for my book club, and I actually adored it, and I talk about it a little bit in one of my February reading vlogs, so I will try to remember which one and link that down below. And that's it. I do still have 3 days left in the month, but even if I finish any of the books that I'm currently reading, they're not going to fulfill any prompts. I was really focused on the Sims readathon this month, and then I was focused on my mental health, I guess. So yeah, there's nothing else that I can put on this board from my reads in February. However, I can use one of my reads from January. And that is a translated work. I read The Lost Daughter in January for my book club also. Wow, thank you, book club. So that's a translated work, so, you know, great. And then I'm just gonna slap my freebie on Pubbed in the 2000s. That's my 1 3 in a row, and that's all we can do. kind of a bummer, but honestly, no, it's not, because we got a reward and now we can do March. Okay, first let's pick the reward. I still have 11 rewards. 7. A friend can read a book for you. Ooh, exciting. Okay, this is a fun one. At the end of the month, sorry, dumpster. At the end of the month, I will be asking around. I will be browsing Goodreads to see what books some of my friends have read that might be able to fulfill any of the prompts that I personally have not fulfilled. So we're starting off strong. Let's move over to the board, which has 121 prompts. I know that we're tired of seeing Jane Eyre on the board, and I just want to let you know that I have a plan in place. This month I'm going to be buddy reading it with Kayla, so it's happening, and we're not going to have to look at it in the middle of the board anymore, because I'm going to read it in March. I'm doing that. I'm doing it, okay? So thanks, Kayla. Please help me. All right, now let us please just have a lovely little board, okay? I need this to be easy. I really do. Modern classic. Okay. Okay, the other thing is that I do want to continue trying to read these books, because it keeps growing. I'm acquiring books much faster than I'm reading my physical books. Part of that just has to do with the fact that I find it much easier to read my Kindle at night, and that is when I do most of my reading. So I'm kind of like stacking it against myself. I should stop getting books, because I don't need the books. I have the library, I have the Kindle. I don't need the books, but I have the books. So I want to read the books, and so this whole shelf is my unread, plus there's 6 books down here. Okay, sorry, I had to adjust some of my windows and blinds because there is kind of a ruckus happening out in the parking lot. Modern classic. I have The God of Small Things, and I think that's maybe one of the only books on my shelf that is a modern classic, but I don't really know like when a classic is a classic versus a modern classic. Like, I don't know, like I'm sure I could find out if I looked online, and I will do so later. You could also share your opinion down below. Let's pick our next prompt. 66. Water element. Wow, way easier. Way easier than air element, although I do have an air element idea now that it's too late. Water element, I could certainly read any book that might have something to do with boats. I am reading a boat book right now, and I'm hoping to finish it in February, but if I don't, I will simply use it for March. Another book from my shelf that will fulfill that prompt is A Pilgrim at Tinker Creek. Creek being water, so that would fit, and I really want to read this. And it's on my 30 by 30. So that's 2 options. That's 2 options. That's plenty for now. Mythology. Okay. The only book on here that is mythology based is 1,000 Ships by Natalie Hayes. I'm still hearing really mixed reviews about that book, and I don't actually know if I want to read it at this point. I'm thinking about just getting rid of it, but maybe I'll read it this month for mythology. Also, I suppose The Myth of Sisyphus is a short story by Camus, and there's other short stories in there as well, so I could read that. Who knows if that is gonna happen. 93. Rated 4.0 plus on Goodreads. Wow, let me grab Goodreads. Okay, here is my want to read. Let's average rating. Okay. So, The Heresy of Rain, I think that's a book that Kayla just read and was obsessed with. There's only 3 ratings, but all 5 stars it seems, so very exciting. Devotions, no, that's a different one. Devotions, that's a some poetry. What is it, 4.0 or higher? Yeah, so the highest rated books, at least on my Goodreads, tend to just be like very, very well respected and like serious nonfiction, like Empire of Pain, Women, Race, and Class, Caste, which I do have here. Okay, Project Hail Mary. Not that I don't want to read those like nonfiction books, I do, that's why they're on this list, but I'm scared. Sometimes knowing things is like not good, but it is good. It's good. Okay. I'm just sort of seeing like what's feeling likely in here. Like, how many was that? There's so many. So I have obviously plenty to choose from. I can't believe how many of these wanna read books are rated so highly. I have no idea which of these is gonna jump out to me throughout this month, but it seems like this might be a pretty easy prompt for me to fulfill because, oh, Jane Eyre. If only we were allowed to double up. But Kayla's gonna read Jane Eyre too, so maybe I could use that. Okay, obviously lots to choose from, and a lot of these books seem to be rated 4.0 or higher. Also, not all of the books that I actually have on this shelf are on my Goodreads wanna reads. I don't have a great system. It's complicated, it works for me, whatever. Let's pick our next prompt. 32. I feel like, did we have 32 already? Mythology. Please hold. Okay, yeah, we already got that, so you know what? I'm just gonna roll again. Here we go, 69. Booker winner? Huh. Wait, let me check. Okay, good on me for not putting a time frame in this one. So the most recent Booker winner was The Promise by Damon Galgut, which I haven't heard about that at all even. I don't know. And I don't want to read Shuggie Bain, which was last year. Ooh, A Brief History of Seven Killings, was that good? And I think also The Testaments by Margaret Atwood is maybe something I would be interested in because I have liked some of her books and not liked others, so we've got possibilities, and you know what? That's what this game's all about. Okay, 21. A book about books. Wow. Yes. Okay, this is great because I actually had this project of reading books about libraries. It's not really a project, I just was reading books about libraries and I haven't read any of those in a couple of months, so maybe I will pick back up with one of those. In addition to that, I had The Personal Librarian on my 5-star predictions, so maybe I could snag a copy of that, and that is probably about books. Won't know until you try or something. Okay. 64. Kind of feel like we have this one already too. We didn't publish in the 1990s. Ooh, just like me. I was published in the 90s. Hear me out. I have no idea. That seems like something that I will just get it if I accidentally get it because I simply don't know. Our last prompt. Pink cover. Aw, I think this is the only one that I have. Is this pink? In some lights it's pink. Of Women and Salt. I just grabbed this from a free little library. And I don't know, my book club was talking about reading a romance this month. That might have pink on it. I feel like some of them do. What a disaster. Yeah, you know what? No idea, but sometimes that's just how it is, and we find out as the month progresses what is and isn't possible. And that is the board. So we're done, and all that's left to do is read the books. So thanks so much for watching. I love making this video every month, so I appreciate everyone who jumps in with suggestions down in the comments. Please, I love them. And even if I don't get to it this month, you know, these prompts, they come back for me, okay? And I like to have ideas left over from the last time. And also thanks to everybody who played the game. That's like so fun, and I hope that more people play it because I love playing it and I love when you play it. Okay, that's enough. Thank you so much. Goodbye.